This is really going to be a fun project. We've come over to Northeast Alabama in Ranburne, Alabama. We've actually been here before. This is one of the most, Steph and I do a lot of traveling. This is one of the most beautiful places in America, really. This is at the bottom, kind of where the bottom of the Appalachian Mountains kind of start right here in this part of Northeast Alabama. We've been here before because across the street is a nursery that we've visited before here in Ranburne. This is one of Flowerwood's nurseries, is up here in northern Alabama. Right across the street from it is this really cool garden center called Barn of Blooms. And one thing led to another, and here we are camping in their space here. And a few months ago, we started a project where we're designing a garden for this. And it's kind of a garden that's going to be Southern Living Plant Collection, a lot of the plants that she can sell here. Southern Living Plant Collection, Encore Azaleas, Better Boxwood, Butterfly Candy, all of those brands in a garden here. And then customers can come in here, enjoy this garden space, and hopefully shop, from that, seeing how well the plants perform in this garden. I'm going to put the drone up in this video and show you the layout of this garden. It was not going to be planted until around April 11th, 12th, 13th, somewhere right in there. We're waiting kind of a little closer to the frost-free date. The plants are laid out, designed, ordered, ready to go. Today is design. They're going to do a little bit of prep in between Steph and I coming back. And then hopefully with a big group of people, Steph and I are going to lay the plants out, and we're all going to put them in the ground together to end this project. So 2 videos from this project, and today we're going to put the drone up. We're also going to hear from Taylor about this garden center in this video as well. You can see there's no place like this that you could come and shop for plants. This is, they have this incredible piece of property that overlooks, it has this incredible long-range view. So while you're shopping, this is one of the most beautiful places you could ever come and buy plants. Originally, the building, the barn here that they're working out of was for milking cows, and the parlor is still in the back of the building there. There's a really, really neat venue that I think that just interesting. They're just opening back up for the season. We're here March 2nd, is this March 2nd? Filming, and they're literally, this was their first weekend back open. By the time we come back in April, this place will just be absolutely full of plants and full of people and full of energy and all that kind of stuff, all that kind of jazz, and we'll get these plants in the ground at that time. So I'm gonna show you my process. I've done this before, putting up the drone and basically painting the lines on the ground, and it's gonna give them instructions on what they need to do, and I'll explain as part of that process why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Hey there, my name is Taylor. I'm the owner of the Barn of Blooms located in Ranburne, Alabama. We opened up the barn in 2020, and we have been selling everything from seeds to trees and everything in between there. We actually bought this farm in 2012, and we operated as a small dairy farm. My husband got out of the business after about 6 years, and then it kind of just sat. And one day I had the idea as I was working in my garden to bloom where you're planted. So I started working on this and selling, like I said, some heirloom tomatoes, and then one thing turned to the next, and here we are.
So I think you can see the spot down here on the ground between the 2 buildings. I'm going to paint some yellow lines here. Hopefully they'll show up here under the drone. It's an odd shape, basically. I put a center dot out here in the middle of it, which is not actually the middle, because one side is going to be longer than the other. You can see the incredible views here as well from the drone footage. It's just an unbelievably beautiful place to come and shop for plants and enjoy an afternoon, I would imagine. What we're going to do in this garden, again, it's not a perfect rectangle, and we designed it a little bit as a perfect rectangle, but I've been laying plants out for 40 years now, and so we'll be fine. We can adjust the plants on the fly a little bit. We may have to make a couple little changes just with the measurements before we leave here. But I'm going to create a center spot in the middle of this where there can be some sort of little patio tree or container, something like that. There's going to be 3 paths in here, one back here kind of where Steph is standing with that camera, one out this direction, and one out toward the building over here. Hopefully you can see that where my hands are waving. And I'm going to, in the middle here, make just basically a triangle space that's something like this. It won't end up being a perfect triangle in all likelihood, but hopefully that is gonna show up. Yes, it is. I can see it. I can see it on the camera. Okay, all right. From here, the trails are gonna come, one from that direction, it exits out this way. Also from that direction, you can exit out that way. Any direction you come in here will lead you to the center, and then you can exit out one of the other two spots. This center piece of this, we wanna make it slightly formal. Okay, so possibility of putting some better boxwood ring around the interior of it, and then less formal as we exit the center of the space. So I'm gonna come in maybe right about here and put a dot there, and about the same distance here. I'm gonna put a dot here, and then the same distance over here, put a dot here, and that'll be kind of where I'll use my radius for my path. So I'm gonna try to create a little bit of a curve on each of these, like that. This is not gonna be quite perfect. No way I can get it quite right from this, but it'll be close. It's not too bad, is it, Steph? Okay, all right. Okay, so now that I've got that, you can see now we'll be able to use this as kind of a formal edge here. Again, these lines aren't exactly perfect, but they're close enough that we can get started on the project. There's one direction this will go. There's two directions. And there's three. So I think you can get a feel for what we're trying to accomplish here. This may not be a perfect triangle space. We don't know. We'll talk through the materials after I finish painting these on the ground. It's too narrow, huh? A little narrow? Okay.
Okay, so my love for gardening and everything in the nursery world started when I was a small little girl. My grandmother actually worked and retired at Flowerwood Nursery right across the street from us, and I grew up down there and I fell in love at a very young age. And after she passed, I started working in her garden every day and trying to keep it up as best as possible in her greenhouse, and I realized very quickly this is what I would do for the rest of my life. So here we are, and Flowerwood Nursery has been a part of who I am for a very long time.
I think you can see the basic layout of this. What we're trying to do is just get the lines on the ground so that they know what they're working with going forward. What we're going to do in the short term, and these paths are a little bit narrower than they're ultimately going to be. A little hard when you're just walking with paint like that to get everything exactly perfect. And I ran out of paint right here. You can see the paint just starts to fade out, but it goes a little further there. The paths are going to be wood chips, just like our wood chip paths at the house. And they're soft to walk on. They're easy to manage. They can be redone easily. There's some little low pockets in here and that kind of thing. The wood chips will help even all that out without having to come in here and regrade the paths for now. Maybe they want to turn it into stone or brick or some other concrete product or whatever later. Don't know. They can do whatever they want to do with that. So what's left here, this is a pretty big bed back here. I wanted enough I could paint the back edges of these beds, but imagine the back edge of this bed is here. Okay, so everything in front of me up to that path is going to be bed. This is going to be a pretty big bed here. Okay, you can see that. We're going to have some taller, the way Steph has designed this, we've got a couple taller things going into a couple spots here, and then graduating down toward the paths. I don't know what perennials we're going to have when this necessarily goes in, but there'll be some pockets left for them to put some perennials or some annuals in the future. Then we got a path. Then this is the second bed over here. From where the top of that exit is over there to right about here is a bed. This one's quite a bit narrower. It's still pretty good space, but it's quite a bit narrower. And then the third bed is over here. And what I didn't know, because we've been doing this via Zoom call and an aerial photo, what I didn't know is how flat this was. From the aerial photo, this seemed perfectly flat, and it will to the drone right now seem like this is a very flat space. So I had originally said maybe we need to mound these beds up just a little bit in order to make sure that the plants drain well. A lot of times in really perfectly flat spaces and clay soil like they have here in northern Alabama, the drainage can be such that the plants can really languish for a little while. They can struggle to get started growing. So we need to keep them moist, but we don't want them sitting in water really. But we get here, and there's actually a nice gentle slope across this entire thing. And so we're not going to, as I'm standing right here, it's higher up there. If you're looking from the drone angle and lower down here, it kind of goes from this building to that building. And then out the back over here. So kind of relieved by that, because really the only work we're going to do now is get them to do the paths with wood chips between now and then. And in these beds, what we're going to do, what the discussion is they're just going to put pine bark here in these beds. Same kind of pine bark we'd grow plants in, just like they use across the street over there at Flowerwood Nursery. They're going to do these beds in pine bark. Then we're going to come in and lay all the plants out, and when we plant the plants, that pine bark's going to get mixed in with this soil and help create some drainage in this clay soil. Then they'll use whatever kind of whatever kind of mulch they're going to use as decorative mulch. At that point, they could use pine straw or hardwood mulch or whatever the heck they want to use. Definitely trying to keep two different colors for sure, because this path will be a lighter color, and this material over here hopefully will be a darker color. That'll differentiate the paths from the bed areas. So the other thing is probably there'll be some sort of spot here coming off the path that's not really a formal path, but some sort of narrow walking thing. And maybe they'll put a bench or two here so that people could sit and see this incredible view off the back of this. I think that might be an important thing. And also it'll help us break this bed design up a little bit to have some sort of path through here.
Okay, so we are just gearing up for our spring season. Spring season is our bread and butter. We sell a ton of shrubs, a lot of annuals, perennials, and then we go all the way until Mother's Day weekend. We have two huge markets twice a year where we'll host over 65 vendors ranging from candles to woodworking, antiques, vintage goods. It's a lot of fun, and that is coming up on March 28th. And we have another one in the fall, the second weekend in October. We sell a lot of mums in the fall, a lot of shrubs again, and trees, because that is one of the best times to plant in our area, in our zone, is late fall, so we try to stay open until then. We close for about a week, and then we will open up with Christmas trees. We bring in fresh cut Fraser firs and noble firs from local tree farmers. We are so excited to be working with Southern Living Plant Collection and adding this to our space, and we hope that you will come visit us and enjoy the gardens, and we hope to see you soon.
Bed edges, I've talked about bed edges 100 times on this channel. The more bed edges you have, the reason that I wouldn't make this just one big space is it's really hard to design a big square space or a big deep rectangle of some kind, because it's hard to size everything. Oh, this thing's gonna get 20 feet, and this thing's gonna get 15 feet, and this thing's gonna get 8 feet, and then this thing's gonna get 4 feet. And it turns out this thing doesn't read the tag and it gets 12 feet immediately. And now everything's out of whack, right? By having bed edges like this, we have room to put all kinds of interesting small annuals, perennials, seasonal color, very dwarf shrubs along here, known dwarf things along these bed edges. And the only place we have to worry about our height differentiation is kind of toward the center of the bed. But guess what? On this side, there's two sides to this thing. So if you messed up a little bit in sizing things, one side's gonna be the correct view regardless. So that's kind of an important component when I think designing. The other thing is, by having paths like this or lots of bed edges and lots of access to the design, it's easier to mulch and that kind of thing. Imagine if you just did some big design here and then you had to figure out later when the plants grew how you're gonna get mulch over there. Here, you're always gonna have access to basically 360 degrees around this place and in the middle to maintain it in the future. So there you go. There's the initial layout. You heard from Taylor about this incredible place. I mean, what an incredible place. Again, we had been up here to Ranburn before, and I didn't know this was directly across. Somehow I missed this being directly across the street. We were actually in a meeting over at Flowerwood across the street when we came here. Absolutely beautiful place. Definitely worth a trip here if you're anywhere in that, you know, we're probably only 60 miles from Atlanta right now, 70 miles from Atlanta, something like that, in northeast Alabama, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Great place to come and shop for plants. So thank you guys so much for following along. We're gonna be back here in about 6 weeks, and we're gonna put plants in the ground. Thanks for watching.